Age of Exploration. Prince Henry founds the School of Navigation. A sign language P from your left shoulder to your right hip is Prince Henry, and we're going to act like we're steering the wheel of a boat. Prince Henry founds the School of Navigation. Slave trade in Africa. Just cross your hands like you're a slave. Slave trade in Africa. Gutenberg's printing press. It's a sign language G, and we're going to tap it on our left palm twice. So Gutenberg's printing press. Songhai in Africa. We're going to kind of put our hands to our chest like we're going to sing high. Songhai in Africa. Tsar Ivan the Great of Russia. The Spanish Inquisition. Columbus sails to the Caribbean. The Age of Absolute Monarchs. This is our C for crown, and we're going to crown ourselves. Age of Absolute Monarchs. Protestant Reformation. Spanish conquistadors in the Americas. Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion. Council of Trent. Baroque period of the arts. The Baroque period was marked by lots of decoration, so we're going to act like we're decorating or hanging lights. Baroque period of the arts. Japan's, we're going to outline the Japan again. Japan's isolation. Jamestown and Plymouth Colony founded. That's a sign language J, and we're going to kind of outline the collar of the colonists, the big white collar they wore. So Jamestown and Plymouth Colony founded. The Age of Enlightenment. Hudson Bay Colony, that's a sign language H, and we're making our little bay here. Hudson Bay Colony, Hudson Bay Company. The First Great Awakening. The Classical period of the arts. The 7 Years' War. The Age of Industry, we've got little smokestacks going. The Age of Industry. James Cook sails to Australia and Antarctica. We're going to do, for revolution, it's 2 letter R's. American Revolution and General George Washington. Madison's Constitution and the Bill of Rights. This is just like if you're being sworn in, and then a C that goes from your hand to your elbow. Madison's Constitution and the Bill of Rights. French Revolution, a sign language F, French, and then Revolution. The Second Great Awakening. Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. So it's like you're taking money from your palm and purchasing something. The Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Your hands go toward the west. Napoleon, this is a sign language N. Napoleon, crowned Emperor of France. Liberation of South America. The War of 1812. Our war hands, and these are bombs that are exploding. The War of 1812. The Missouri Compromise. The Missouri Compromise. Immigrants flock to America. The Monroe Doctrine. The Romantic period of the arts. The Cherokee Trail of Tears. U.S. westward expansion. Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. The Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision. The U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria's rule over India. Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. This is the sign language for start. Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. Lincoln's War Between the States. Reconstruction of the Southern States, Dominion of Canada. Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. The Boer Wars in Africa, the Spanish-American War, the Progressive Era. Australia becomes a Commonwealth, the Mexican Revolution, World War I and President Wilson, Lenin and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, U.S. evangelist Billy Graham, the modern period of the arts, the Great Depression, and the New Deal, like you're dealing cards. World War II and President FDR, Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. We are kind of rolling the ends of his mustache. Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations formed, the Cold War, Gandhi and India's independence, the Jewish state established, Mao and the communist victory in China, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Korean War, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement, Jim and Elizabeth Elliot, missionaries to Ecuador. So M for missionaries, and we're going to circle it over our heart. The Antarctic Treaty, the Vietnam War, U.S. astronauts walk on the moon. The Age of Information, we're typing on a computer, Age of Information and Globalization, Watergate, President Nixon resigns. This is like a wall and there's two eyes peering around it. This is for spy. Watergate, President Nixon resigns. The fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. The sign language E circles around your temple, and then Union formed. Orthopede abolished in South Africa. Your hands slide together, make fists, and then that's abolished. Abolished in South Africa. September 11th, 2001. The rising tide of freedom.